We got another mock draft video for you today, but this time with the first overall pick, one of the most controversial picks in fantasy football. So before we get started, if you can hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach our goal of 100 subscribers by the time NFL season kicks off, and we can't do that without your help. Let's get into it. All right, we have a 12-team full PPR snake draft. We have the first overall pick, no kicker, double flex. So let's dive right in and see what we can do here. First overall pick is one of the most controversial picks in fantasy football. There's so many different players that are worthy of this first overall pick, but today we're going to be going with a wide receiver. He's been very consistent. His name is Justin Jefferson. I think he has a lot of upside. He's been very consistent since being in the league. They got a whole new coaching staff that is more offensive minded, which I believe is going to help Justin Jefferson because they're going to be throwing the ball more. So we like that for fantasy, and I think he has an opportunity to finish as the top fantasy wide receiver this season. Let us know in the comments who you would pick. It's back to us, and we're going to go with some running backs now, and Javonte Williams is here. I really like Javonte Williams this season. I think he has a lot of upside on a team that has just gotten way better over the offseason. Acquiring Russell Wilson is going to change this team's future. This team is now a playoff team, and with Russell Wilson, that means they're going to be in the red zone more, and that means Javonte Williams is going to be getting the ball on the 5-yard line and running it in for touchdowns. So I love Javonte Williams this season. Don't mind him as my running back, and it's right back to me, and I'm going to go with another running back here, and I'm going to go with Leonard Fournette. I think he has a great opportunity to repeat what he did last season. This team is in a win now mode, and I think they're going to just run their players into the ground and try to win because Tom Brady only has so many years left. Maybe this is going to be his last year, so I think they're going to utilize all their players to ensure that they can win. Back to us, and let's get some wide receivers now. We got Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton available here that I'm looking at. I'm going to go with Courtland Sutton. I don't mind Jerry Jeudy, but I favor Courtland Sutton in this situation. And it's right back to me, and I'm going to go for another running back here. And looking at the running backs available, we got Josh Jacobs, who I don't mind, but there's a guy down here that I do like, and that's AJ Dillon. I think he has a great opportunity in this Packers offense to be very involved in the running game and passing game. Without Davante Adams, this team is going to look very different offensively, and I think they're going to lean on the running backs here. So I like AJ Dillon's outlook this season. It's back to me, and let's start just getting some depth at the wide receiver position. We got Darnell Mooney, who I like, Rashad Bateman, Gabe Davis, and I'm going to go with Darnell Mooney and then Rashad Bateman. I like both of these wide receivers. They're the wide receiver ones on their teams and can be very good for fantasy. So I don't mind either of those wide receivers. It's back to me, and I'm going to continue to get depth at the wide receiver position. And looking who we have available, we got Brandon Nyuk, who I do like this season, Allen Lazard, Chris Olave, and I'm going to go with Allen Lazard here. I think he's going to be the wide receiver one for the Green Bay Packers, and we know Aaron Rodgers, what he can do for wide receivers, and him and Allen Lazard do have some chemistry from the past. Now Davante Adams not in the picture, I think he's going to be the focus of this wide receiver group. So I don't mind Allen Lazard, getting him in the 8th round, and it's back to me right away, and I'm going to go with another wide receiver here, and I'm going to go with Brandon Nyuk. I think Brandon Nyuk is a great wide receiver to pick up this season with Trey Lance as their quarterback. I feel like Brandon Nyuk and Trey Lance work together more. We've seen it last season when Trey Lance played a couple games. He favored Brandon Nyuk, and we've seen it in camp that these two obviously have a connection together. So I think Brandon Nyuk can be fantasy relevant this season. And it's back to me, and I'm going to go for a quarterback now, and I'm going to stack up Justin Jefferson with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, despite all the hate he gets, he's been a pretty good quarterback. He obviously gets in situations that just don't watch the game and you'll be fine. So I don't mind Kirk Cousins as a quarterback and stacking him up with Justin Jefferson. It's back to us, and let's see what running backs are available. And we got Dameon Pierce available here. I'm very high on Dameon Pierce. He's shooting up in my rankings. I think this guy's going to be the RB1 for the Houston Texans. If you watch any of the past mock drafts, I've been drafting him a lot. I really like this guy, especially in these later rounds that you can get him in. If he's going to be the RB1, I don't mind grabbing Dameon Pierce in like every draft. So it's back to me, and let's check out our roster here. So our team's not looking too bad. We need a tight end, defense, defense and a bench spot. So let's go for a tight end. We got Tyler Higbee. I'm not thinking too much about it. I don't mind Tyler Higbee. He's been an okay fantasy producer. He sometimes will disappear, but we've seen him have some decent fantasy games. So I don't mind Tyler Higbee, and I like the offense that he's on. But it's right back to me, and I'm going to go for a wide receiver now. I'm looking at the wide receivers available. We got DJ Chark, Jalen Talbert, Kenny Galladay, Romeo Doubs, Alec Pierce, all guys, Nico Collins. I don't mind any of these guys, but in this situation, I am going to go with Alec Pierce. I really like Alec Pierce. I've been drafting him in the last couple mock drafts. He's been looking great in camp. He knows how to make those contested catches. So I think he's going to be very involved in this offense that is thin at the wide receiver position. They only have Michael Pittman really that they can rely on. So I think Alec Pierce has a great opportunity to be involved in this offense right away. So, but it's back to us, and we need to pick a defense here. And looking at the defenses available, we got the New England Patriots that I'm going with. And that's going to do it for us today. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, line them up.